athletic conference between Southwestern College and Mesa. Southwestern coming in this game 4-10, 1-1 in conference play, and Mesa is 6-4 overall, losing a tough one against Palomar on Wednesday, 75-71. Let's go through our starting lineups real quick. We have some players missing. This is Sean Sanderlin on the drive with the left, in and out, no good. He's accompanied Kevin Davis, Devin Hilliard, the sophomore guard out of Mission Bay. Number 23, freshman guard Devin Lee gets his 4th start of the season, and Harley Nichols, a freshman forward, gets his 6th start in 10 games. And on the other side, Jelani Mitchell, Sean Smith, the freshman guard, averaging 11 points per game. Akil Parrish, Jamal Wright, and Duran Traylor is your starting 5 for the Olympians.
Sanderlin with a rebound there, Bo. We're underway. Expect a tough and gritty game. I think the score is going to be down there, high 50s, low 60s. If one of them gets away in the 70s, they'll win this ball game.
This is Nichols for 3. One and done for Southwestern. Southwestern players in protocol. The Euro step inside the lane, no good. Offensive board blocked from behind by Sanderlin. Norton, Archer, and Key, Norton, Sanders, and Key are in COVID protocol. Alex Archer had an emergency. He was unable to make the trip. And on the other side, there are 7 players that were unable to play in today's game. Monday, Wednesday's game were postponed due to COVID, but it's nice to see this one playing partner.
Yeah, Bo, the impact players in this game are more so on Southwestern. We could touch on it a little later, but I would say that a few more key players. Both teams shorthanded, but maybe a few more minutes lost by the Jaguars coming in.
Couple minutes into this game, still scoreless. This is Norton on Smith, and we have an offensive foul, Hilliard on Smith. Norton is out for today's game.
Yeah, Bo, so quickly, just want to thank all the family and friends of the Jaguars and all the Mesa family and friends tuning in. We're representing you here. Few people are here, but they're part of the programs and things like that. So we're just very grateful to be here, and we thank you for tuning in. We know you want to be here, and we're going to kind of pull for both, even though Southwestern's our team, and we wish you were out at the games. We know you've been on the road with us as well, and probably tune in after the games, but great to have you live, see what happens here.
Devin Lee, nice drive and jump stop, unable to finish near the basket. And Mesa, this is Sean Smith pushing the tempo. No travel called. Inside, kicked it to Smith. Coming up on 3 minutes into this first half, and we still have a scoreless game. But this is what you expect coming out. Southwestern hasn't played in a couple weeks. Mesa just coming off a big game on Wednesday. Devin Lee strips that ball, and Hilliard in transition, unable to finish. Nice defense in transition by Sean Smith, 3-on-2. And count the bucket and one. That's Akil Parrish with the basket. He'll head to line for the 3-point play.
Yeah, Parrish, a sophomore from Morris High School. Just averaging a bucket a game, but again, for someone who gets in there averaging just 6 minutes a game, we're seeing some guys get a chance here today, and I think that's going to add to kind of the profile of the game that we're expecting.
Yeah,
great to see these guys. We're all happy to be in the stands playing. We know what's going on. One thing that's interesting, Bo, you mentioned to me, is that teams still could have participated in their game. Southwestern's opponent couldn't make the game because they didn't have enough players.
Right.
Southwestern would have been able to play those last 2 games. They missed those games against Palomar and against Cuyamaca.
We have a foul on the floor. That is the second team foul for Mesa. Wide open Nichols near the basket, and he finishes for the first bucket for the Jaguars.
Alert play by both, especially alert play by Nichols that found the open area. Easy bucket.
So both Nichols and Parrish, early scores for both sides, and both guys that are getting extra minutes here today due to some players being out. Nice defense by Lee, not allowing the dribbler to get to the baseline. And Davis gets the arm of Parrish as he'll head to line to shoot a pair. Parrish has a couple inches on Davis. Davis has some nice length, but the freshman forward fouled the sophomore forward on the shot. And Parrish starts the game 2 of 2 from the line. He has all 4 points for Mesa starting this game.
Important game for Mesa, Bo. They started conference
Well, I would say
playoff.
an important game for both sides.
Well, yeah, no, but Mesa's definitely got the goose egg in the win column right now.
Right.
Southwestern, we saw them in their last game lose that tough one to Miramar.
Yeah, they could easily be 2-0 right now in conference play.
I'll say it again
Jaguars.
every time we're on this broadcast, Bo, until it happens. The defending back-to-back PCAC champions. So,
yeah, Southwestern, they're overall 4-10, but I was talking to Coach Wallace before the game, and we've seen a lot of 4-10 teams. This is not a 4-10 team. They just ran against some tough competition in their pre-league schedule.
big game tonight. Palomar at City in the first round of league play. City's probably favored in that one by double-digit points, but Palomar came off a big home win against Mesa just 2 nights ago up at Palomar. Game went down to the wire. Palomar eked it out.
Barnes comes in to replace Sanderlin. He heads to the bench with no points. Nice help defense by Harley Nichols. Contends a tough shot, and 1 and done for Mesa. Hilliard on the drive, kicks it to the corner, wide open Devin Lee off the front iron. Akil Parrish getting good minutes in the score box with the only 4 points for Mesa and had that defensive rebound. Trying to work the ball down low to right. Good defense by Hilliard. They get it down to right, help defense by Nichols, and Parrish down low. 1 and done, nice board by Hilliard. Charlie Barnes into the game. Hilliard, the player of the game for Southwestern in their 2 conference games, had 14 and 16 points. 16 points against Miramar. Tough shot by Davis. If you're Southwestern, they got to find a way to get to the basket. Mesa doing a good job of getting high percentage shots, and it seems like Southwestern is just settling for shots right now.
You mentioned, Bo, a couple times already 1 and done, though, for the Olympians on offense, and that's because Southwestern really is an excellent rebounding team.
And as I mentioned, Mesa doing a better job of getting to the basket. Pate creates the foul and will head to the line to shoot 2. That personal on Charlie Barnes, his first and the team's 3rd. Jaden Pate, the freshman guard, averaging 7 points per game.
Yeah, he's from Texas.
As Craig Jackson comes into the game.
Head coach Travis Nichols of the Olympians, a former San Diego Caver.
Jordan Mertens also back or in for the first time as well. So Mertens and Nichols on the floor providing good size. Hilliard is going to need to find a way to score some baskets. Not too many scores on this Southwestern floor right now. And a great job by Hilliard in creating that open look for Devin Lee, who bangs the 3.
You always talk about how teams might look a little sluggish, but Bo, I'm impressed by how well Southwestern's moved the ball so far, despite just 5 points in 5 minutes.
Well, even if Hilliard's not going to score, he's going to need to find a way to create. He is the guard on the court that can open up the floor for everyone. Nichols wide open, and he gets fouled on the layup. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. Personal foul on Craig Jackson, the freshman. That is his first personal foul and the team's 3rd.
Well, you mentioned opportunities, Bo, and I think Devin Lee is the man who's made the most of that opportunity so far tonight. In the first 6 minutes and change, looked pretty good out there, looked comfortable.
Well, Harley Nichols, it's nice to see him getting in transition on offense, too. He's had a few opportunities. He has a bucket here today. And we have a score of 5-5, 13:48 remaining in the first half. Devin Lee had that triple in the corner from the assist of Devin Hilliard. And Akil Parrish with 4 points. He had a bucket and 2 free throws. And Jaden Pate went 1 of 2 from the line. So that's our scoring in about a little over 6 minutes into this game.
We catch up a little bit. I mentioned that Southwestern, they missed those games, Bo, against Palomar and Cuyamaca. They will be made up you've talked to.
Yeah, it sounds like they're going to have closer to 3 games a week from here on out.
Yeah, and that, we thought that could be the case, and Coach Wallace mentioned that to you. They're going to host Imperial Valley College next Friday, so I don't know. I don't think gave you any dates or if they've been able to solidify things. I think we're in a fluid situation.
As a player, you love to have 3 games a week, especially if you're a shooter.
No doubt about it.
A scorer, because you get into the flow of the game. You have a big game. You want to get back on the court. But if you're a coach, you want to have – Coach Wallace said he didn't like it as much because he wanted to be able to coach his guys up for their next opponent. And when you have back-to-back games, or when you have 3 games in 5 days, it's tough to coach your kids up. And one of the things that's hurt Southwestern is just their youth right now and their lack of experience at the junior college level.
Well, Nichols is going to have to find the range here if he's going to be able to mix it up inside like he does. I mean, he possesses a nice touch also when he drifts away from the basket, but really he likes to get in, put it up off the glass, and he's going to get hit, and now they know they can defend him a little harder and put him on the line if he's going to miss 4 free throws.
And in a low-scoring game, free throws can be critical when it comes down to 1 or 2 possessions. Southwestern staying in their man-to-man defense. This is their bread and butter defensively. They've held teams majority of the games that we've had under their average offensively. 5 on the shot clock. Yeah, Smith is going to have to throw that one up. Weak side rebound by Jackson. Smith on the baseline. He kicks it back out. That's Pate, unable to get the roll. And we have a foul under the basket. Looked like a push in the back. And it looks like that foul is on number 3, Charlie Barnes. His first personal.
I got him for 2, Bo.
Oh, that was his second?
Yep.
There it is. 4th team foul. 7 minutes into this game. Score remains 5-5 here on the campus of San Diego Mesa.
Yeah, they definitely found the matchup that they wanted underneath.
Yeah, so freshman center Craig Jackson shoots 65% from the field a lot of the times because he shoots from near the key. The
Jackson,
southpaw.
He's out of Florida.
Averages about 16 minutes per game as that one rims out.
They saw some space open up there where Mertens was and immediately sent Jackson into that area. Only 10 points scored if 7 minutes in.
Yeah, Mesa is really trying to establish themselves offensively inside the key or around it. They're doing a great job in attacking the basket. Mesa providing a little full court pressure. Southwestern hasn't had too much trouble with it. Sanderlin crosses.
Just to make it clear, Bo, Mesa, they're missing 24 points out of their complete team tonight due to the protocols.
Devin Lee's cut off by Jelani Mitchell. This is Charlie Barnes, 5 on the shot clock. Barnes drives, gets a little space inside the lane, and hits the mid-range jumper.
Now he worked for his shot there and earned it. On the contrary, Mesa just missing about 16 points, but Southwestern 16 points. I just feel the impact of the Southwestern players missing more significant. Yeah,
that was a travel. Took a step before the ball hit the floor. That was Emmanuel Henry. They're really trying to work Jackson down low to open things up offensively for Mesa.
Yeah. Although the big key missing for Mesa is sophomore forward William Bailey out of Morris High School, averaging 11 points per game. You got 3 players out for Southwestern. You mentioned averaging 6 points a game: Norton, Archer, and Key.
Yeah,
kind of sounds like a 70s soul band.
Nice ball down low to Hilliard. Great pump fake, getting defenders in the air, just unable to finish on the reverse layup. Southwestern with the lead, 7-6. This is Hilliard guarding Mitchell. Mitchell on the drive. He got hit on the arm. Will it be on the floor or will it be shooting is the question. Charlie Barnes with the personal. That is the 6th team foul, so the next foul will have Mesa in bonus. That foul was on the floor. Henry, using his pivot foot well, gets inside for his first bucket.
Really a nice touch with the left hand underneath and off the glass. 8-7 Olympians.
Yeah, Mesa regains the lead with 11:30 and counting here in the first half. Carl Ashley gets on the floor for the first time today. Not a lot of ball movement for Southwestern. Sanderlin in the corner, contended shot. Weak side rebound by Mertens. I want to say that's the first offensive rebound for Southwestern. Great job by Sanderlin, the reverse layup. He is going to need to get it going offensively today if Southwestern is going to have any chance of pulling this one out. He is their best overall player and their leader on the floor. When he gets going, the rest of the team follows.
Yeah, averaging 10 a game.
And that one poked away by Ashley. Can he get down the floor? Henry coming from behind. And that one forced up with the left.
That's where I'd rather just see him take the possession. Every possession is going to be important in this game, Bo.
Henry inside. Great defense
That's
by
be a jump
Sanderlin
ball.
on the tie-up. Yeah, and you could see Ashley go over to Wallace. Wallace was, and I'm pretty sure he was telling him the same thing. 1-on-4 is not definitely is not in your favor.
Look, if you have a trailer that you can't get the ball to, you can still make a case. But, you know, because you have a rebounder there with you, at least that can battle with it. I can't even make a case necessarily for that. But every possession important here. Jags with the lead, though.
Yeah, I would work this ball through Sanderlin. Either Sanderlin or Hilliard. Hilliard's on the bench right now. Sanderlin, baseline drive. Yeah, the blocking foul on the shot. Sanderlin will head to line to shoot two. You know, when you talk about inexperience, Sanderlin is one of those guys with the experience, and it seems like when he gets it going, the team just follows suit.
Sanderlin, a nice touch from the line, 80% free throw shooter.
Yeah, he's definitely one of their better free throw shooters on the team.
Yeah, the Jags shooting a tad under 70% from the line this season.
Parrish back on the floor, replacing Jackson. Jackson with 1 point heading to the bench. Sanderlin, 2 of 2 from the line, gives Southwestern their largest lead, 11-8. Coming up on the halfway mark here on the campus of San Diego Mesa. It's Southwestern College and San Diego. And we have an illegal pick on Akil Parrish. That's a turnover. And back to Southwestern. So good defense once again by the Jaguars.
Yeah, it was a good call. I'm not a good referee. I saw what happened. It didn't even come to me that was a foul until he blew the whistle, and I realized, oh, that is a foul.
Mertens given the pick. Barnes, far side, tries to work with the pick. Gets inside the lane. Gets it to Davis. 8 on the shot clock. This is Son Sanderlin. Spin move, elevates inside the key, in and out, doesn't go. Kevin Davis with the putback, unable to finish.
Great effort by Davis.
Keeps the offensive possession alive and resets the shot clock. Barnes, down low to Mertens.
That was a foul, but
Mertens
wasn't called.
Rejected by Henry.
He got shoved in the shoulder as soon as the entry pass came in.
And that's a 3
Nice.
from Duran Traylor, his first bucket of the night.
Nice touch from the former Mount Miguel Matador. First team All East County.
Traylor ties the game at 11. Ashley inside the lane with the floater, unable to hit. Mitchell will stop, pop, and hits the shot. The 17-foot jumper, and Mesa back with the lead, 13-11.
Yeah, Mesa's found a little open area there straight away, so not ready to stop the action yet, but they got to come out and get those guys.
Once again, I'd like to see this ball work through Sanderlin. Baseline drive. He's double teamed. Gets inside. And a good defense by Parrish. But at the very least, I'd like to see him attack the basket. I would like to see Nichols, Mertens set that pick and, cut to the basket.
Yeah, Sanderlin did. The pick was set. Sanderlin chose a different option. Ended up, running into some traffic there, but still plenty of time. Could have kicked it out. One thing Southwestern's really good at is kicking it out for, some pretty decent shooters.
Paris Smith into the game for the first time today.
Oh, okay.
He's guarding Parrish. Henry, baseline, throws that one to Ashley. Right spot at the right time. And Ashley almost gave that one back up.
So, Bo, you had mentioned the opportunity that Nichols received getting the playing time because of the bodies, but Smith is the big man, really, and he's started nearly every game this season.
Yeah,
so
13 of the
for him
14
not
games.
to get in there for the first 12 minutes of the game, I thought it was interesting. I don't know if you had any conversation with Coach Wallace about that.
And
but
speaking to Coach
Paris
Wallace,
is so key early in the game.
It just sounded like as far as practices went, they were low on bodies. He didn't see the consistency that he saw out of Nichols and Mertens and Lee that he wanted to see out of Smith.
Okay. Well, I'll also say, Smith doesn't get his opportunities as much late. Maybe we'll see a reversal of that here tonight.
Yeah, and that ball will stay here under the basket. And one of the reasons also is Smith hasn't really been able to establish himself offensively. And with the man-to-man defense that Southwestern plays, he's often guarding someone a little bit quicker because we really haven't seen too many bigs at this level the size of Paris Smith.
I like his offensive matchup here. Let's see what happens.
Exactly. This is Smith. This is where he has to establish himself. Great pivot. Good job by Smith getting inside with his body, and his first basket of the night ties it at 13.
It took him a while. I don't mean just one possession, but a few seconds to find the block, get there. It was perfect.
Nice move by Mitchell, unable to hit the mid-range jumper. Ashley throws that one away, intercepted by Smith. Smith goes up, and the charging call.
Oh.
Great job by Ashley with throwing that ball right to Smith on the turnover, but gets back in time, sets his feet, and creates the offensive foul.
Yeah.
Heads up play by Ashley. It's something you love to see, not dragging your head after just giving that ball up near midcourt.
I'll kind of give the official credit, too. A lot of times you just see it give up on that play.
Yeah, right.
With the contact there, could have gone either way, right? But
so both
went
sides.
the Jags' way.
Both sides with 16 fouls coming up on 6.5.
Trying to do it again.
Yeah, why not? You got to spread the floor.
Yeah.
Give it back to him. Give it back to him. 7 on the clock. Smith down low. And uses his pivot foot well again. Paris Smith using his body. He has buckets on back-to-back possessions, giving Southwestern a 15-13 lead. Nice spin move by Parrish getting inside. Gets his own rebound back. Deflected by Smith. This is Hilliard. Over to Ashley on the drive. And Ashley's fouled on the layup. He'll head to line to shoot 2. So something we were talking about, getting Paris Smith going on back-to-back possessions. Nice to see for Southwestern.
I'd be interested to see what Coach Wallace thinks about that because,
well, right now,
really to come off the bench in that type of role, the way he looks right now against some guys that have been in the game already, it looks energized out there.
Well, sometimes you need a little push in the right direction, and maybe that means not starting a game to get guys going. That might be it.
I hope he does, if he doesn't take it personally, if his role gets switched up a little bit because I really like, obviously, what we're seeing right now, and I would cash in, some time to get him ready and bring him in like this if that's the results we're going to see.
And Ashley off the back iron on both of his attempts. The drive inside the lane. Too strong off the glass. That was Jamal Wright.
Another defensive rebound by the Jaguars. Terrific defensive rebounding club, really. One thing I've learned in all these games, Bo.
Even if they've been undersized, they box out really well. Sanderlin, 10 on the shot clock. That's Mertens' baseline jumper's good.
That's a tough.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Harley Nichols.
That's a tough place to try to find your arm angle. It took a long time to get over there. He was wide open and made a great-looking arcing
Nichols'
shot.
second basket, giving Southwestern their largest lead of the night, 17-13.
That's a little bit on Mesa. No one was out there to even. He had all day to set up. Didn't catch the ball in relatively good position. Just made it work.
Defensively, I haven't. If I'm looking at Nichols, I haven't seen him shoot the ball like that all game. So I'm scratching my head while he's pulling up, and by the time they realized he was making a bucket. Yeah, Paris Smith gets beat on defense by Henry. Henry now has 4, cuts the deficit in half.
Yeah, and we see that.
All right, and you know what? Paris Smith got beat on defense. Let's try to get it back to him on offense. Paris Smith sets the screen. Sanderlin. That pick and roll was there. Sanderlin had a couple options to work with. Hilliard gets to the free throw line off the mark. Jelani Mitchell. Nice spin move inside the lane. The floater misses everything. It was an air ball. Shot clock at 15. This is Sean Smith resetting the offense. Henry guarded by Sanderlin. Nice hedge by Smith. Jamal Wright inside the lane. Too strong on the shot. Weak side rebound by Harley Nichols. Now under 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Southwestern 17, Mesa 15. This is Hilliard. To me, the offense has to go through 3 guys on the floor. Hilliard, Smith, or Sanderlin. Oh, Nichols is filling it for 3. 1 and done for Southwestern. Now
he had
3
a good
and a half.
look. I didn't mind it necessarily.
Great job by Paris Smith poking that one away and creating the turnover.
He definitely got his hand in there and knocked it away and got a little help, got it back.
Devin Lee, guarded by Mitchell. 15 on the shot clock. This is Hilliard, loses the dribble, down low to Smith with the left. Smith has half a dozen.
And Hilliard, a couple of helpers so far.
Another assist by Hilliard. Hilliard's scoreless, but he does have 3 assists on the game. And the foul on Paris Smith.
Yeah, he blocked the ball, but unfortunately his body got into him.
Yeah. That was Jamal Wright on the layup. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Wright, a sophomore out of Florida, shooting just 47% from the line, Bo.
.243 remaining in the first half. Southwestern has been around this 3 or 4 point advantage at this last half.
I'd almost
of the
say
first
this
half.
is the biggest lead of the game.
It is. Southwestern's largest lead is 4. Mesa was up by a bucket. That's been their largest lead. As
relatively smooth on that one.
Jaden Pate comes into the game, replacing Jelani Mitchell. Mitchell heads to the bench with a bucket. He has 2 points.
But we mentioned Southwestern's games they missed. Mesa missed 4 games, including those league games. So, like I said, they've had 1 game back. This is, of course, Southwestern's first game back since that Miramar game. So he makes them both. Jamal Wright.
Yep. As Wright comes off the court, he's replaced by Craig Jackson, the freshman center. Jackson averages about 8 points per game.
Also out of Florida.
Hilliard guarded by Sean Smith. It's Devin Lee. Drives, is cut off by Jackson, off the foot of Hilliard. Davis gets the ball back. Lee from the corner hits the three. Once again, Kevin Davis with the heads-up play. The motor just doesn't stop with this kid, whether it's on the offensive glass or chasing the ball down. Keeps the possession open and gets it to Lee for the three.
Well, it looked like it was going to be a transition situation for the Olympians. And he went out there and grabbed it. And, Lee was kind of waiting in the corner for that ball. It actually took a moment for them to see him. And glad he got that shot off. Nice shot. It's the second three of the game.
Yeah, second three of the game by Lee. He is tied with Paris Smith with 6 points for the team lead. And Southwestern has their largest lead of 5 with 2:13 remaining here in the first half.
So maybe I'll give you a little bit of permission to cheer a little bit harder than an impartial broadcaster, Bo, after we're representing all of our fans that couldn't make it out here. There are some people in attendance here. I don't know if, this wasn't necessarily a game that the spectators weren't included. So we just know that there's a bigger audience than usual, right? There's kind of a few people here.
Well, we know Coach Wallace worked hard for us to get in here, so we thank him for that because,
and also,
because of the protocols.
A shout out, if you're watching, to Dr. Ryan Shoemaker, who I covered when he was in high school. He's the athletic director of Mesa College, and long time compadre, Mr. Shoemaker. Does a great job with the Olympians program.
On the floor for Southwestern, it's Lee,
Saw
Hilliard, Davis, Nichols, and Sanderlin, and that ball thrown away by Jackson. A little miscommunication from Sean Smith. And really, the big surprise in this first half, their leading scorer, Sean Smith, is scoreless right now. Smith averages 11, 12 points a game, and he really hasn't taken too many shots here in the first half.
I don't know if it's a concerted effort or a result of just, what's going on. It's never, with Southwestern, it's never a question, right? Because the defense is there.
Henry with the steal, 3-on-2 opportunity. Henry down low to Peyton, and unable to finish on the jam was Jackson. This three from Traylor. Traylor now with 3 triples. He has 6.
Duran Traylor. As I like to say, man, Duran could light it up with the Matadors, and he looked good there.
Traylor has 2 threes, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc.
That's vintage Traylor.
This is Hilliard. Davis gives the pick. Hilliard gets to his spot. Contended well by Henry, but the ball will remain Southwestern under their own basket. The ball didn't hit the rim, so 7 on the shot clock. Harley Nichols comes off the court. Replacing him is Charlie Barnes. Nichols heads to the bench with 4 points. 5 on the shot clock. Hilliard's going to have to put it up. Gets inside the lane, rises,
he got bailed
and is
out
fouled on the shot by Smith. Smith got a little ball, but I would say he also got arm as well.
I'd agree with you. The real mistake, of course, by Hilliard was not putting the shot up as soon as he received the pass because it was open.
Right.
Maybe he didn't have the best angle on it, but like you said, the shot clock was already running down. There was enough commotion underneath the basket to create a 50-50 rebound, but earn these free throws.
And Hilliard gets in the scorebooks.
70% free throw shooter.
Hilliard averages 8 points per game, 70% from the free throw line, and is 2 of 2. Extending the lead back to 4, just under a minute remaining. Here on the campus of the Olympians, San Diego Mesa, 20, Southwestern 24. And Traylor, the heat check, tipped up by Jackson, keeping it alive. Pate under the basket. Nice defense by Sanderlin. Baseline drive, kicks it to the corner. That's Barnes. Sanderlin wanted one more pass. Nobody was there. Barnes, this is the shot they want. And Barnes hits the 3.
Line drive, 3.
And Southwestern with their largest lead up 7. Barnes now has 5 in the first half. Jackson
knocked away
on the
by
loose
Sanderlin.
ball. Baseline jumper, Trailer now leads all Mesa scorers with 8.
Hit the front rim there, Bo, on the last attempt of the
It
game.
would have been good if
counted.
it went. But Trailer ends the first half for Mesa in dire need of some points.
I was going to give you the broadcaster business if you missed calling a buzzer beater, brother. But I think exactly what we expected, other than maybe the fact that it is a 5-point lead. I mean, I would have said, hey, I bet this game's going to be separated by a bucket at halftime. And, Bo, with all due respect, I think Mesa, given their situation this season, not including the players out of this game, but Mesa at home, needing a win. Maybe they're rated a little bit higher. Maybe they're favored in this game. But right now, Southwestern's played better. They've earned this 5-point lead.
So just looking at the scores for Southwestern before we head into a halftime break, Paris Smith and Devin Lee with 6 points. Nichols, Sanderlin with 4. Charlie Barnes has 5, and Hilliard with a bucket along with a couple assists. What do you see on your end?
Well, Sanderlin, 3 rebounds, a block shot. He also had that nice assist there at the end of the period to set up that three-pointer by Barnes. Also, Hilliard, I mentioned the 2 helpers. He also has a couple of rebounds. Carl Ashley, a couple of steals in the first half as well. So, also, you mentioned Paris Smith, and like I said, Bo, Smith coming off the bench, I think it worked out.
As we come to the bleachers on the campus of the Olympians.
A little bit old school, I like it. But there's a
How
nice,
old is this gym, by the way?
There's a nice gathering
what would you
here.
say? How old this gym is?
Oh,
I mean, if anyone knows, you would know.
No, I don't know, but
wow, there's something you don't know locally.
Before the turn of the century.
I finally stumped you.
Yeah.
I've been waiting all these years
I had
to
good mentors. I just have my information on storage. It's not all my own, but great to be out here. Like I said, just want to thank everyone who's tuning in with us because of the situation. Maybe not everybody's here that wants to be here, so we're very thankful, and we know that a lot of you tune back in to see the replays of the games and listen to us, but just want to thank everyone for tuning into this game. We're back. Basketball's back. I thought it was interesting, Bo, what you said about the protocols, that it's on a team-by-team basis.
Right.
We have seen the number of missed games reduced. We were in a group chat a couple of weeks ago when the first cancellation came down. I texted you guys, said there were 23 cancellations that night, which
it was 27 of 32.
20, right.
Yeah.
So I think going into tonight's games, it wasn't as heavy of a schedule. And I'm talking statewide.
Right.
I believe there were 9 cancellations, including Imperial Valley College in Cuyamaca tonight from the PCAC is postponed. But Grossmont and Miracosta, pretty big game. Miracosta playing very well right now. I think maybe they're the surprise team so far in the PCAC. They're playing Grossmont tonight. Miracosta expected to win, and I mentioned that big game tonight. It's at 6 o'clock, so watch this one, and then you can tune in. I think it's going to be a YouTube game, and I'll be tuning in. There's not a lot of basketball tonight. Palomar at City. It's a big game.
Yeah.
I'll be watching your game too, but I know you're doing a prep game after this. I'm going to have all my monitors
Palomar coming
going.
off that big win against Mesa, 75-71. They're going to need to carry that momentum against a good City squad.
No, that was a good game, and it could have come down either way down the stretch. Palomar assumed control late. I don't know if you talk about the great gyms. I mean, Palomar, I think we're going to be there later. It's a great place to watch a game. Very cozy, great
I like
confines.
this old school feel. I mean, you look at the bleachers. I mean, it has that old school vibe. You could see all the sweat, blood, and tears that have been in this gym
drop
for
your
quite
phone
some years.
in between.
Yeah, we don't want to do
The
that.
bleachers, but again, just thankful that really we're able to get this underway. You talk about basketball throughout the country, really at every level, and just trying to find ways to manage and get these games in. Like you said, and I think we're seeing it too with the Aztecs, Bo. They talked about it. I mean, players love the fact they'd rather play 3 games in a week.
Of
than
course.
The coaches want to get those practices in.
Yeah.
They want to, make sure that they have a hand in determining some of the breaks, if you will, by
Right.
coaching, repetition, and getting to know who's back in the flow a little bit, especially after a layoff. I don't want to say it's an overused cliche right now, but you just don't know because this is unprecedented. this type of, yes, we did see it in other levels without any community college last year, but to have these pauses that are coming, like we said, a school by school basis, but still to not play for a couple of weeks at a time, certainly going to throw a wrench into everything for any program.
And we're going to catch up with Coach Wallace in about 5 minutes here. Erica Cardenas is going to catch up with him and see what he thought of that first half. Southwestern 27, Mesa 22 here on the campus of the Olympians. We'll take a quick break here and catch up with you guys at the second half. Stay tuned. And thank you for staying with us here on the campus of San Diego Mesa. It's Southwestern 27, San Diego Mesa 22 on the Cali Photo Sports Network. We'll go through our leading scorers real quick. Paris Smith and Devin Lee with 6 points. Sanderlin and Nichols with 4. Barnes has 5, and Hilliard has a bucket. We will now send it to Erica Cardenas, who's with Coach Wallace.
At the half, we've seen you guys in this position before, last game at Miramar. What did you learn? What are the takeaways from those games, and how are we going to get the offense on top?
We just got to keep executing high level that we're trying to do right now. It's our first game in about 25 days or so we're working off a little bit of rust. I thought we did a great job on the defense end for the most part. We gave up some easy buckets down the stretch, which gave them a little bit of momentum. Put them at the free throw line a little bit too much as well. We just got to continue to play inside out in the second half and continue to shoot with confidence and play with confidence.
So tonight, how did you guys adjust?
It's next man up mentality. That's why we recruit all these student athletes. We feel like each and every one of them can give us opportunity to win any night. And with 4 guys out, it's just another opportunity for someone else to step up.
Sean Smith, how did you guys execute great defense?
We're just playing some really good team defense right now. We got to continue to do the job on them in the next 20 minutes and hope that we can continue to shut them out.
Awesome. A minute and a half until the next half starts. Bo and
Good job, Erica. That was Erica Cardenas with first-year head coach Kyle Wallace. Coach Wallace offensively talked about a little inside out, right, with Paris Smith getting the ball down low, maybe kicking it when they double him. And then next man up mentality. Obviously down 4 players. These guys are going to, this is why they recruit, right? This is a junior college level, next man up. Everyone on the bench can play. And team defense. Coach Wallace was talking about playing really good team defense, obviously holding their leading scorer, Sean Smith, scoreless.
Yeah, and a great job. Deron Trailer did have a pretty good first half for Mesa.
He
8
kept
points.
Mesa in this game.
Yeah, that's his game too. And I think he's someone that they'll have to worry about because I think that he's going to see more looks now that he's displayed a little bit of a hot hand. So
Trailer leads all scorers with 8 points. He had 2 big threes and a bucket at the end of that first half to cut the deficit to 5. And this has been the largest lead for either side here today. This is Hilliard. Devin Lee, baseline drive, jump stop, gets a defender in the air and creates the foul.
yeah, just a little bit of a reach on the arm. Really had to make that foul. Otherwise, it's going to be an easy basket, I think.
Devin Lee will head to the line to shoot 2. Lee had 2 threes in that first half.
Did he ever?
2 big threes. Well,
Yeah.
Obviously,
No,
when you have
Lee
27
played terrific
points.
in all his minutes.
This is his 6th game played. He started 4 of them. I don't want to jinx him, partner, but he's 100% from the free throw line. Hasn't missed a free throw all season. 6 points per game. Get the roll, baby. There it is. No broadcast reporter jink here today, or at least right now.
Lee out of Irvine, finding his way here tonight. Here's the
Ball
turnover.
Stolen by Davis. Southwestern has a transition opportunity on offense. Kick to Sanderlin for the 3. Offensive rebound by Harley Nichols. Keeps the possession alive.
Got to be honest, although that didn't work out, that's the composure that I really want to see. Too often we're forcing it and trying to get inside where there's just a bunch of trees and arms. That was an okay effort.
Well, the 3-on-2 opportunity presented 3 rebounders versus 2 rebounders, which kept the possession alive.
Lee's just a small guard, but he took an assessment of the situation and reset it. Good job. Not a good possession, but a good job.
Sean Smith drives and kicks to Jelani Mitchell, who hits his first 3 of the night. Cuts the deficit to 4. Mitchell now has 5. Lee gets inside the lane, jump stop. Yeah, got himself in a precarious situation. I mean, right there, you either have to elevate or kick outside. No angle on that pass, and Coach Wallace not happy with what he sees coming out of this first half.
Credit Mitchell with the play there for the Olympians.
Yeah, great job by Mitchell in fronting that offensive player on the box. That is a good point, but when you get inside the lane like that and when you're a shorter guard, you have to be decisive, and Devin Lee just caught in a position where not enough options. There just wasn't any passing lanes.
Well, a lot goes into the experience there. I mean,
Right.
Lee shouldn't necessarily, although the thought process was there because it resembled the last possession that kind of worked out. We mentioned they didn't score on the possession, but it was a similar possession where Lee was able to work himself into some space and find an open teammate.
Right.
There, they've kind of adjusted. He beat his man, found the open space, but once he got stuck, he just hasn't been out there a lot to even end up in that position, that experience that you need. Where are my guys?
This is right, near side, guarded by Sanderlin. Smith is going to try to get it going in the second half. Would be surprised if he doesn't try to chuck up a couple shots. And one and done. Nice defensive board by Sanderlin. Right, guarding Sanderlin. Sanderlin gets inside. Uses his pivot foot nicely off the glass. Sanderlin now has a half a dozen.
Sean
Smith
coming out
on the
looking
drive, off the glass, and Smith gets his first basket of the night.
good. Wasn't going to be denied there, Bo, whether he made or missed it. That one was going up, floating in the air off glass.
Nichols on the drive, gets inside, will kick outside to Hilliard. Hilliard gets it back to Nichols. 5 on the shot clock. Sanderlin will throw it up off the back iron, rebounded by Traylor. Traylor in transition, got to stop the ball. And the offensive foul. Traylor uses his offhand to push off of Lee, and Lee creates the foul. Or creates the turnover, that is, and the foul. That is the second team foul for Mesa. The third personal foul for Traylor, as Charlie Barnes comes back into the game, replacing Harley Nichols. And Traylor will head to the bench.
Yeah, Duran's going to have to sit down after that, and that's going to be a little bit of a key guy. So,
yeah, he is currently Mesa's leading scorer, leading all scorers with 8 points in that first half. Barnes, their shooter, coming off a couple picks, and throws that one away to Smith. Smith guarded by Lee. Lee, good defense, poked that one away.
Jags got a little bit lazy there on the possession, Bo, and that's twice already in the second half where they've kind of left a pass out there to dry, and
it's
the
just another
Olympians have
guard
grabbed it.
getting in position, a little indecisive. Getting him in a position where there's no passing angles. You either got to rise and fire or be much more decisive with your passing.
Yeah, well, you don't want those turnovers happening out near the top of the key, because that's
Exactly.
almost an automatic 2 the other way.
And the kick to a wide open Sean Smith. He's good on back-to-back buckets. He now has 5.
Bo, you mentioned the scoring in the first half, but I don't even know if he might have taken a shot. I don't know if I have him with a shot in the first half.
I'm trying to remember, and I don't think he had a field goal attempt in that first half. And I'm sure that's one of the things Coach Nichols told him at halftime was, if we're going to score, and Sanderlin gets sloppy with the ball, hits the floor, picks it up. 8 on the shot clock. Devin Lee from downtown.
Third 3 for Lee.
Lee has 11, leading all scorers. He averages 6 points per game.
6 points in 8 minutes, Bo. He's going to be, working his way into a little more playing time. I know the shot clock was running down, and that was deep, but it was composed.
Smith on the drive. Sanderlin get called for the personal foul. Paris Smith will come on, replacing Hilliard. Hilliard will head to the bench with 2 points. Smith guarded by Lee. He's going to try to take advantage. Nice hedge by Sanderlin. but Sanderlin left his man right wide open inside the lane, his first basket of the night.
A great entry pass from Smith. He definitely does more than just score. Looks like he has some good vision.
Sanderlin takes it back to Wright, gets inside and finishes.
That's a mismatch right there. Wright had his feet crossed up and had no chance.
Sanderlin now has 8 with a couple baskets here in the second half. Mitchell, guarded by Barnes. He'll kick to Smith from downtown. In and out.
I'm worried about that shot, but if you want to put it up from 20, I guess you got to let it fly. And, hey, if he hits it, he hits it.
Right.
I guess you could get out there on him, but he hasn't knocked them all down yet. Obviously, like we said, just his second attempt.
Paris Smith sets the pick.
Third now, but you know what I mean.
Sanderlin in the corner to Davis. Kicks it to Lee. Lee's going to chuck one up again. Just off the mark. Southwestern still up 4. Smith will pull up mid-range off the front iron. Doesn't get the shooter's roll.
5 boards for Sanderlin now.
Sanderlin, like to see him get the ball back with the mismatch. Nice defense by Wright. 10 on the shot clock. Paris Smith with the pick. Sanderlin, ooh, you got to take that shot, Sanderlin. Nice look by Barnes down low, but the putback by Davis.
Davis, he's there. He's Mr. Savior every time.
You know, if we were talking about ratings, his awareness would be 100. He's just in the right place at the right time, always chasing the ball down. Putbacks is his best thing that he provides. Nice hands by Davis. Creates the turnover.
I think Sanderlin likes his matchup.
Yeah, they're going to try. They're going to ISO someone. That's going to be Lee. This is their free throw extended offense, and we have an offensive foul by Davis. Didn't have his feet set on the pick. This is an offense that Coach Wallace likes to run out of halftime, that free throw extended, as Lee comes off with 11. Replacing him is Hilliard. Carl Ashley also comes in the game, replace Barnes.
But give Coach Wallace this much. I mean, give him a lot of credit,
Of course.
obviously, but the fact that we have Lee coming on this game, so many different stars from this team, game after game. It's great for us. Get to meet somebody new every night.
One of the reasons why Smith was held scoreless in that first half, because Hilliard is defending him as a wide open shooter, short on the shot.
Ashley covered 2 guys on that play. Great job, Carl.
Yeah, Hilliard and Ashley provide great length. Ashley will pull up for 3, contended shot, nothing but net.
I'd say he was rewarded. I don't know if I wanted that shot, but because it was his first 3-point attempt, but it looked perfect, and he earned it with his hard work at the other end.
Ashley's
Do whatever you want, Carl.
First basket gives Southwestern their largest lead, up 9. Sean Smith pump fakes, baseline drive, cut off by Davis. Henry gets inside the lane. He'll rise, elevates, and hits the shot. Henry now has a half a dozen. Cuts the deficit to 7.
I do like Henry's ability to get above his defender. He shoots it kind of low, but has good elevation.
10 on the shot clock. Paris Smith blocked on the shot. He'll get it back. Sean Smith got to stop the ball. Gets in too deep. Blocked. Oh, but the blocking foul is called on the block. It was a blocking foul and a block by Hilliard, but unfortunately.
Well, I was more impressed by the block by Henry over here on the defensive end, Bo. Henry playing really well in this stretch right now for the Olympians. Henry's a sophomore out of San Diego High.
Smith, 82% from the free throw line. Hits his first attempt. And Smith, 2 of 2 from the line. He has 7 here, all coming in the second half. Cuts his deficit to 5 with 11:19 remaining in the second half.
Well, I'm sure his coach knew that he didn't score in the first half. Maybe
Oh,
we
you know-
shouldn't,
you
maybe
know
we
Smith
shouldn't have
knew
brought
too.
it to the world's attention, Bo, because he's definitely looking every
I
bit the
can
scorer in this half.
Guarantee you we weren't the only ones that realized that. And the travel call on top of the key.
When you're giving instructions on your screener, you should not be walking with the ball. Stay stationary and instruct your screener. 5-point ball game, 11 minutes left.
Still a lot of time.
We're in for another typical Southwestern
Yep,
finish.
exactly.
Great entry pass.
Jackson unable to finish near the basket. Nice look by Smith. Once again, the ball's running through his hands right now offensively. Sanderlin gets caught in the air. Hilliard got to get outside the lane and gets called for the 3
I thought that
seconds.
was a little bit quick whistle there, really, but the possession was so weak because of the hesitation.
So
in
when
the pass.
Southwestern has struggled in the second half, it's been on the offensive end. They have a difficult time finding baskets sometimes. You've seen them try to establish Paris Smith. It just hasn't worked out in the second half as it did in the first half. Just haven't been able to get him the ball in his area. And Sanderlin is taking charge on offense, just hasn't really found anything. Obviously, the shooting from Devin Lee with 3 threes has given them this lead. But Sanderlin with 8. If you're the offense of Southwestern, you're either going through Hilliard or Sanderlin for me, whether it's them shooting or attacking and opening it up for their shooters on the outside.
Well, Hilliard's without a field goal tonight. Sometimes it's harder for Southwestern to find the hot hand in a way. We talk about the balance of guys who step up, so you don't really – Sanderlin's the man, yes, but they don't necessarily get the hot hand guy. Here we go.
That ball was kicked from Sean Smith to Henry. No call was made. Henry will head to the line to shoot 2.
Henry really making – you mentioned Smith, but Henry's made his presence felt here in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
That one rattles in. Henry now has 7 as Devin Lee comes off the court, replacing Devin Hilliard.
Henry's just a 42% free throw shooter. They only shoot 56% as a team, Bo, from the line.
And today they are 6 of 6, 8 of 10 from the line.
Okay. Good job. Good job, Olympians.
Southwestern is 6 of 6 from the charity stripe. One possession game coming up on the halfway point. Lee gets inside, gets it to Ashley. Little head fake, blocked by Jackson. Henry on the drive and fouled on the shot
Probably Ashley.
by
I'm
Carl
thinking,
Ashley.
yeah.
Ashley got the shooter on the arm.
No, you're right, Bo. They're having trouble necessarily finding an answer, finding a rhythm right now on offense.
That is the 5th team foul on Southwestern as Ashley comes off.
And I think in that last timeout, we heard some of the urgency from Coach Wallace.
The kick. Nice ball moving around the perimeter. Trailer head fakes. And short on the shot. Nice box out by Devin Lee.
Bad miss by Duran there. I think he knows it. But I think Mesa was just a little too selective there.
Sanderlin guarded by Henry. Nice look down low to Smith. He gets fouled on the shot, and he'll head to line to shoot two. Nice off-ball movement by the Jaguars right there, setting up some picks. Smith went from the weak side to the strong side on the box. And we'll head to line to shoot two.
Yeah, Smith, he's got a nice touch. I mean, that's part of his good game. And maybe the contact made that shot not go down. I'll give him, cut him a little bit of slack, but I'm pretty sure he feels like he should have finished there.
Well, when you're a big man on the box, you always feel like you should finish. Smith, 66% from the free throw line. He has 7. Make that 8. And the Jaguars, I have them 8 of 8 from the charity stripe.
Well, Harley Nichols missed those 4 free throws, Bo. I know it's at the bottom of your sheet.
Oh, yes, they are right. Yep. Those 2 big circles right there. 8 of 10, nonetheless. 80% still good. No 3-second call. Craig Jackson on the rebound. He'll get fouled on the shot. Nice work by Jackson in getting that ball. Mesa, when their offense was working in that first half, they were attacking the basket, and they're starting to do that here as this game comes down to the wire.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's – yes, they are moving towards the basket aggressively, but Southwestern just seems a little bit perplexed as to why no one is getting out on these players. So I think that's what Wallace – he's definitely a bit intense right now with his defensive instruction because there is a little bit of a breakdown going on right now. Jackson's already missed 2 of 3 today.
He's 1 of 3 from the line. Make that 1 of 4. Under 9 minutes remaining in regulation. Southwestern 43, Mesa 38 here on the Cali Photo Sports Network. I'm Bo Fertig alongside Ramon Scott bringing you today's action. Barnes looking for someone on the box and got it to him too late. Intercepted by Henry. Smith, 3-on-1, gets it back to Henry. But before the shot, he was fouled.
But Coach Wallace is hot. He just grunted under his breath right in front of his
It's not funny,
but all he can do. And Henry's going to go to the line. He just made a couple before that steal he had.
Yeah, it's frustrating when things start unraveling. They unravel quick. The 1-and-1. Mesa is in the bonus. Henry is now 3 of 3 from the line. That was the 7th team foul, the 2nd personal foul on Lee. And Henry, 4-4 from the line. He is now in double digits with 10.
Henry's done a great job, no doubt about it, in this second half for Mesa. He's been a big key to their, I'll say, staying in this game. Right now, it's a bit, look, Southwestern still leads by 3. Be composed, continue to roll with what you're doing.
This is Davis, down low to Smith. Kicks it back out to Davis for 3. This is Pate. Over to Smith. Smith guarded by Sanderlin. And we have an offensive. Did they call that on the pick? Yes, they did. That is the 4th team foul on Mesa.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure what was going to happen on that play had it continued because you saw the 2 Southwestern guys, come out to try to defend against that screen. I don't know if they were going to be able to throw that entry. You saw the Mesa player work his way into the clear, but Southwestern's been doing a nice job collapsing in the paint as well and trying to make it difficult. But right now it just seems like Mesa's one step ahead of Southwestern in getting the ball and being able to attack the glass. Fortunately, the shots haven't necessarily been falling.
Yeah, right now, this last 7 minutes is going to be all about grit. Southwestern not having played 25 games. They usually run a deep bench. 9-10 players see the floor on any given day. They have 9 players total here today. So they're going to need their bigger players, the Hilliards, the Sanderlands, the Devin Lees that are playing well today. Paris Smith is giving them good minutes here in the second half, which is good to see. Southwestern up 3. Mesa in the same position, though. You know, I'm looking at their bench right now. They have 2 guys on the bench. 5 on the floor, 2 guys on the bench. Southwestern, 4 guys on the bench. You know, so both teams definitely shorthanded. This is going to be a game of grit and who's in better condition.
As a player, you know, secretly you kind of like that, right? I mean,
of course.
Staying out there on the floor, but we're definitely seeing some lackluster play here in the second
Hilliard
half.
gets it down to Smith with the basket. Great job by Smith using his body, creating that space. Nice interior pass by Hilliard for another assist. Smith now has 10.
I think that's been there all day, but it's just a matter of finding the opportunity for Southwestern. It's all about the ball movement. Hasn't been as crisp as it usually is.
Smith gets inside, will pull up from the elbow, and the hit by Smith. Smith is heating up. He now has 8 in the second half. Still a 1-possession game. Jaguars up 3. Devin Lee guarded by Pate. Drives baseline, cut off well by Pate. Good hands by Pate. Sanderland beat his defender, goes up for the layup and the finish.
Look,
Sanderland off the glass now has 10.
Sanderland took advantage of the mass that is Paris Smith. He moved his man out of the way, created the lane for Sanderland.
Both sides exchanging buckets. This is Trailer. Gets it down low to Henry. And good job by Paris Smith, forcing the defender to the baseline, and Henry stepped out of bounds. As Harley Nichols comes on the court, replacing Lee. Lee heads to the bench with 11.
Yeah, 3-pointer and a couple free throws here in the second half. I mean, Lee's been a great contributor.
Coming up on the 6-minute mark here today. Southwestern up 5. Nichols, fake the pick. Oh, no trip. Got to get it down low. Gets it to Smith.
Get it out. Oh, that's a nice pass.
Harley Nichols with the baby hook. The ball is going through Smith. The assist. Nichols now has half a dozen.
It's hard to hide my affinity for Smith, Bo. I watch him on every possession because it just seems like things operate through him.
Weak side rebound put back by Trailer.
Yeah, maybe Sean fell asleep a little bit there. Instead of attacking for the rebound, he thought it was coming to him, and a great player like Smith is going to grab that ball right from you and put it back in.
Trailer now with 10. Southwestern up 5, coming up on the 5-minute mark. Sanderland near side, goes baseline, pump fakes, gets caught up in the air, blocked by Jackson. Ball remains Southwestern under their own basket.
Well, yeah, you got to give a block to him on that if that's going to be the call. So how about Sanderland, though? I think he juked him with his eyeballs, Bo, to get his way for that shot.
7 on the shot clock. Southwestern's going to need to put it up quickly. Smith inside, kicks it to Nichols. Nichols for 3!
Paris Smith with 2 huge assists.
Coach Wallace was talking about the inside-out game offensively, and Paris Smith is doing a great job of that here in the last couple minutes for the Jaguars.
Hey, he's an adept passer. He knows what he's doing.
Smith on the top of the key, guarded by Barnes. He'll drive, the runner, and board by Smith. 4:20 and counting, Jaguars up 8. 10 on the shot clock. Paris Smith's going to come and set the pick. Hilliard on the drive. Kicks it to the corner. Harley Nichols, pull up. And we have a shot clock violation. Good defense by Mesa. Good thing for Southwestern right there. They took the clock all the way down to 30.
No doubt about it. I mean, we're in a little bit of a time management to a certain extent in the game. It's still only 8-point lead with 4 minutes to go. So, you're not going to work every possession, but
Paris Smith will head to the bench. Replacing him is Mertens. Paris Smith has 10.
I actually thought Nichols had fought his way open for a shot, but they didn't see him.
Trailer back in, guarded by Barnes. Looks like Southwestern's playing a little match zone defense. Obviously, when you're a little tired, it's tough to play man-to-man defense throughout. To conserve a little energy, drop in a zone. Sean Smith in the corner will throw one up. Got a board. Got a rebound, and the loose ball picked up by Barnes. We've mentioned this a few times today, but that not allowing second chance opportunities has been clutch for the Jaguars here this season.
It might be their strongest asset is defensive rebounding.
Barnes, guarded by Trailer. Nice cut by Nichols. Mertens, unable to finish. The ball was a little loosey-goosey. Pate never really had full control of that dribble, but the foul on Barnes.
Yeah, he might have earned some contact there, especially with things breaking down the way it did.
Nice back cut by Mertens, too. Just unable to finish with his left. Pate, 1 of 2 from the line. Great job by Wright and rising above for that rebound. He gets the bucket and 1. Wright just working a little bit harder on that board.
For all the work that Southwestern's done, just a big offensive rebound and a put back and a foul. All of a sudden, a 6-point game. You put a man at the line, 2:49 to go. They were stretching it out. This is manageable, but
all bodies crashing the glass right there. Wright has a half a dozen. Hilliard on the drive, gets inside. Sanderlin will reset the offense.
Yeah.
13 on the shot clock. Guarded by Wright. Sanderlin on the drive, goes up for the shot, a little off balance, and Wright with the rebound. We have the foul on Sanderlin.
I'm never going to, say that Sean tries to do too much because they really need every possible contribution
I don't mind
they
that.
give him. I especially don't mind when he starts out solo. I get worried when Southwestern has to bring several players back in order to
he
set
was
it
off
up.
balance on that shot. That's the only bad takeaway, but the fact that he's still attacking the basket. He has the size. He has the ability to finish around the hoop. And just tried to take advantage of a lesser defender. Just was unsuccessful on that last attempt.
And now Wright, under 50% free throw shooter, misses the first.
Yeah, he went 2 of 2 from the line in that first half. This is his first attempt in the second half.
Sophomore out of Florida.
Wright goes 1 of 2 from the line, cuts the deficit to 4.
Just over 2 minutes to go and a 5-point lead, Bo.
Oh, nice
More lazy
steal.
passing.
Mitchell. Great job by Sanderlin getting back on defense, contending that layup.
And a one-handed rebound by Hilliard. Big break there, really, for Southwestern, I'd call it.
Under 2 minutes remaining, Southwestern up by 5. Harley Nichols
Harley!
for 3.
Second three of the second half, Bo.
Huge shot by Nichols. Maybe his biggest in a Jaguar uniform. The freshman forward. Now with 12 and the finish down low by Wright.
Wright's done a nice job. Bo, Harley's come in averaging under 1 point a game, so his contribution has been tremendous this evening.
Hilliard off of 2 picks. Will get inside, elevates inside the lane, short on the shot, but none other than Kevin Davis with the hustle, keeps the ball alive, ball still loose. Sean Smith 2-on-2. Poke from behind, out of bounds by Sanderlin. Great job in transition defense getting back.
And that's not to say that Nichols, Bo, averaging 1 point like he never gets off the bench. I mean, this guy plays minutes on this club. I mean, he gets in there, 10 minutes a game and always seems to contribute in other ways, but really happy he's been rewarded tonight with those shots. His shot looks really on, doesn't it?
Yeah, Nichols leading all scorers with a dozen. Right inside, uses his pivot foot, creates some space. Jaguars don't want to foul, but they're giving up offensive rebounds. And Hilliard picks up the loose ball. Foul on Jackson, that little frustration after that.
Jackson, he added to his rebounding total. He also added to his missed field goal total a couple of times there. But
and his personal fouls. Craig Jackson now has 4 personal fouls on the game. Mitchell comes in to replace Jackson.
I think Jackson headed to the bench right now, but he's really worked hard tonight, especially in the second half. Good job by Jackson.
Yeah, Mesa's going to need to steal the ball quickly or foul.
The passes have been lazy. I mean, that's sometimes a result of a layoff.
Or fatigue.
I'll give you that, but Mesa has been quick to adjust as well. They know they're in a little bit of desperation mode here. 6-point game, 45 to go.
That's a 6th team foul on Mesa. They need 1 more to get into the bonus. That ball poked out of bounds. Will remain Southwestern ball. 14 seconds separate the shot clock and the game clock. Hilliard got to anticipate getting doubled.
Careful, careful. Now they can slow it up, yep.
Yeah, Mesa has to foul right here.
Yeah, they do, but...
the fact that they're allowing precious time to go off the clock is okay if you're a Southwestern fan.
Yeah.
Sanderlin was 2 of 2 from the line in the first half. He has 6 points in the second half for a total of 10. One of the Southwestern's better free throw shooters. This would be a 1-and-1. Can't give up a 3 right here. You could give up a 2, you just can't give up a 3.
Yeah, and I really don't even need to. Oh, great steal.
Almost stolen by Davis. Henry gets inside with the left.
Offensive, okay.
And the
Maybe
block
he was moving his feet, Bo.
is called.
Hilliard's done a nice job tonight. Got saddled with a foul there, but...
The bucket was good on that?
No.
I think so. So that I think they counted the bucket because they're only up by 4 now.
Okay.
That was the quietest 3-point play I've seen all season. And I mean, my eyes were on the defender as well. I thought the feet were set on that one, but
yeah, I guess that's what I got caught up in looking, just because it looked like one of those plays where, if anything,
and
the contact's on the floor.
If I'm an official under 20 seconds and it's a big foul like that, I'm throwing a little emphasis on that and 1. I saw nothing from that official.
Oh, you're a showboat out here, Bo.
Oh, you know it. 16 seconds.
Hey, we got what we asked for here tonight. I don't think there's any surprise. The kind of game we've seen.
Offensively, it's been a better game for both programs here in the second half. That's been nice to see. It was 27-22 Southwestern at halftime.
Well, I just think the big story for Southwestern, I mean, it's kind of the theme all year. You talk about our post-game interviews, right? And it's always kind of cool. Even if you had one big star, you got to sometimes find a guy that contributes. Southwestern legitimately has had different contributors, not just in a role spot where you're like, hey, this guy's played a great role spot. They end up being the star of the game. And you look at the guys tonight like Harley Nichols and Devin Lee, for example, and that's exactly what we had. They need guys to step up, and these guys stepped up big
Next
time.
man up. Yeah, next man up mentality. And Henry completes the three-point play.
Nine points in the second half for Henry. He's really been terrific.
He has 13 on the game, leading all scorers.
Henry, we mentioned, out of San Diego High. He's a caver. 16 seconds left, three-point game.
And Barnes will call a timeout. So after a made basket, you are able to run the sideline, you are able to run the baseline, that is. 16 seconds, so Mesa's going to come out. Obviously, Southwestern's going to have all their better free throw shooters on the floor. They're going to go for a quick steal, and if they don't get that, they're going to foul them.
Yeah, I knew the lead was, when it was at 9, it was, that felt close.
It was a soft 9.
It's funny, it's funny because you think of a game like this at a 9-point lead,
Right.
But you could see it, you could hear it from Coach Wallace. Almost feel like a comeback was going to brew for Mesa. That's the confidence level I think that Southwestern needs to look for and build on. Granted, you do want someone to step up in the scoring department and help you in those situations, because really when you are leading a game, you should be able to capitalize on an aggressive defense and be able to find yourself being able to trade baskets late, even if it is somewhat detrimental in letting the other team come back. Southwestern cannot play that style, so that's why they end up in these scrums at the end of the game. We've seen it almost a handful of times now.
I want to say Mesa has brought it within 3 a couple times, but it hasn't been any closer than that here in the second half. So Southwestern has maintained the lead throughout this whole second half.
Henry, Wright, Jackson, Smith, they've all been good for Mesa. Good entry, got a foul.
And they get it to Sanderlin, their best free throw shooter.
$14.1.
That is the 8th team foul. Barnes will come off. Davis is replacing him as a defender. Davis just provides the length and size. And Coach Nichols will call a timeout. 14.1 seconds. So 8 team fouls for Mesa. So Southwestern stays in the single bonus. 10 team fouls for Southwestern.
Well, they got their man at the line.
Sanderlin.
Like I said, Bo,
Yeah.
I mean, look, he's the unsuspecting guy as far as when you need the production. So, it's not like they have to rely on him. He does a great job in assuming the leadership role down the stretch. Sometimes maybe
Gets lost a little bit in the offensive scheme.
Well, I think tonight maybe I'm a little bit swayed because there are other options. I mean, these are some good options that Southwestern has that aren't here tonight, right, Bo? Guys like Norton and Archer and Key.
Yeah. I love the aggressiveness of Sanderlin. This is the most aggressive I've seen him in recent games, and even though he's taken some difficult shots, maybe some ill-advised shots, the fact that he's taken those close to the basket, I'd rather see him take those shots than maybe long contested threes like we saw in that first half. And then when he gets going, like I said, when your leader gets going, the rest of the team follows. So really him and Hilliard have been the go-to guys offensively. And it's nice to see, Nichols has picked it up offensively in replace of Hilliard, but Hilliard, the point guard, has a handful of assists that have equated to points as well.
When you talk about Hilliard, I mean, you're not necessarily equating a scoring. His impact is with his skills off the ball and holding the ball.
Sanderlin is 3 of 3 from the line. He now has 11 on the night.
I've also got Sean with 6 boards. 4-point game, 13 left, Bo.
Trailer
No
is
need
going to
to foul,
pull
don't foul
up
him.
for 3. Rattles in
Duran,
from the corner.
Trailer.
Trailer chucks up the triple and hits it. He has 13. Brings the deficit to 1. If you thought you were going to get out here early, guess again. Trailer. That is his 3rd 3 on the night. You know, even at the end of that first half, hit some clutch shots.
Bo, Duran played for a great coach at Mount Miguel, Jay Rowlett, who just passed away 2.5 years ago, but did a great job with that Mount Miguel program, and Trailer really epitomized the way that Jay Rowlett coached. And you see that shot, I mean, that was definitely a clutch shot right there. I mean, he had a man on him, he was fading away. It was really just a one-handed shot.
Yeah, the Jaguars
and the
defensively
follow-through was
they couldn't do anything more than that. I mean, you got to let him shoot the shot without fouling, and it was well contested. So same thing here. Mesa, they're going to come out. They're going to try to steal the ball. If they don't get the steal, they're going to foul quickly.
We saw, no, I don't want to go. Okay, don't say it.
Hilliard,
Okay.
Hilliard gets the inbound pass,
Yes.
and he'll head to the line.
What I wanted to say, Bo, and I didn't want to say it, was I want to see a pass that is thrown in from the baseline in a short distance, right? We don't want to go.
I knew where you were
We
going
don't want to
with
go
that.
up top, and I know our Jags fans that were there that night remember. So
Hilliard, 70% from the line. He's 2 of 2 today. This will still be a 1-and-1.
%70 shooter, made a couple already tonight.
Clutch first free throw.
2-point game, 5.8.
And
Another
Nichols is going
timeout.
to try to ice him. The sophomore guard, I would say player of the games, last 2 conference games has been Devin Hilliard, right? You know, I'm looking the game against Miramar, 15 points, 3 threes. Game against Grossmont, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 14 points on the night, 12 in the second half. So really when it's come down to conference play, it's been Hilliard and I want to say Sanderlin. He had 10 points against Miramar, and he was the leading scorer against Grossmont. So those are the 2 guys that have stepped up here late in the second half. And then you can't, stepping up late in the second half, Harley Nichols has really been that surprising factor that
It's not over
Coach
yet,
Wallace.
so I don't want to name a player of the game. I mean, for me, though, it's going to be Nichols. I mean, come on.
Yeah, for a player who averages less than 1 point a game.
Look, we were touting it earlier. Lee played great as well. These might have been the 2 guys they needed to step up today, and they did.
Hilliard,
Big.
4 of 4 from the line.
5 seconds left.
Sean
Have
Smith,
a chance at a 3.
3, 2.
For the
Good
tie,
if it
way
goes.
short. Jags win!
And Jaguars steal one from the campus of San Diego Mesa. They go on to beat the Olympians 58-55, improved to 5-10 and 2-1 in conference play.
Big loss for the Olympians, I'll say that first. 0-3 in conference, Bo, and a huge win for Southwestern to go to 2-1. 2-1
So
in
player of the
conference.
game, Harley Nichols. We're going to grab Nichols.
Well, I don't know.
Go
Coach
grab
Wallace
Nichols.
sometimes.
Yeah, 45. Go grab Harley Nichols.
Coach Wallace
Yeah, go tell Coach
sometimes
Wallace.
tell us, he picks it. I think Coach Wallace picks it. I think if you asked him,
All right, you can ask Wallace, but I mean,
yeah, look,
how can
for
you
sure.
not? Yeah, of course.
For
Yeah.
sure. I mean, right? We didn't even need to go over there.
No, of
Coach
course not.
knows
Yeah.
who the player of the game was, and let's just cover it, Bo, for Harley Nichols tonight before we send it down there, right? First of all, the 2 big threes in the second half, Bo, and of course he finishes the game Bo with 12 points. A big, big night for Harley Nichols, a guy who really needed to step up. I mean, somebody's going to need to step up tonight because of the situation. Both teams needed guys to step up. Harley Nichols tonight, 12 points, coming in averaging just 1 a game. We know his contributions are big. Tonight, it was real big.
Yeah, next man up mentality. Harley Nichols is that guy with a dozen points. He's our player of the game and is now interviewed by Erica Cardenas on the sideline.
Harley. All right, you guys, I'm here with the player of the game, Harley Nichols. Harley, awesome effort from you tonight. We saw you hustle out there. Just walk us through what happened in this game.
Well, as you can see if you watch a lot of our games, we kind of struggle in the second half. So it kind of was the story of tonight as well. And pretty much we just have to play a whole 40 minutes to get through the game. Our coach really preaches that. So if we could put together a full 40 minutes, you saw a couple good strokes of good basketball. So if we could put together a good 40, we'll be a really good team.
We totally agree. Great hustle from you in the second half, and just the whole entire team. Lots of communication going on the floor. How did that help you guys secure the dub tonight?
Communication is always one of the most important aspects of our team. Whenever we're really quiet, our coach gets on us. So we're always communicating. We're always talking, because when you communicate with your teammates, you just feel a lot more safe and that you could play a lot better. You have a lot more confidence when you play.
Totally. 4 weeks since the last game, how did you guys stay sharp? And also, what did coach say to you guys after the last game that you guys brought into this game?
So yeah, it was a pretty big gap from where we started after Christmas break, but we got our little break. We went home and saw our families, and we came back really focused. We had a good 3 weeks of practice, and then we came in here and we just implemented what we learned. But there's always room to improve, so we're going to be back in it tomorrow, and we're going to keep practicing and getting better.
I love that. Okay, final question for you. You guys, this is an amazing team. You guys are great on offense. What's it going to take to get a win streak going?
Yeah, we definitely need we need to string together some of these wins, but pretty much all we need to do is just communicate, like you said, and just be better on offense. You know, it just comes together with time. We're a new team, a lot of freshmen, so just experience as well, and we'll start to put together some wins for you guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Harley.
Thank
Guys,
you.
player of the game, Harley Nichols. We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.
All right, Bo Verbone. Awesome game tonight. We'll send it back to you guys.
Well, Harley's in a good mood.
And you talk about the youth, whenever you get a player of the game waving back at the fans, it shows the inexperience. But huge game by Harley Nichols, a dozen points tonight. Next man up mentality. Coach Wallace talked about that at halftime, and Nichols was that guy here today.
Hey, we're waving at most of our fans here tonight, right? So, and plus Harley's from Las Vegas, so I'm sure that he has friends and family maybe looking in on that one, Bo. And just a great job tonight by Harley and all the Jaguars. Look, I don't want to. Earlier, I said that I thought that maybe Southwestern was suffering a little bit more from the players that were missing. Maybe that was unfair of me, because the numbers may indicate that the significant players on Mesa were also not there. But certainly, I think that both teams fought through this quite well. Look, Mesa comes in averaging over 70 points a game. We said, hey, keep this game in the high 50s like that. Not necessarily saying that was the recipe for a Southwestern victory, but we've watched these guys. We're going to have a better chance keeping that game in the 50s than letting some team get out and score on us, because frankly, as much as we see a guy like Sean Sanderlin or Paris Smith, guys are putting the ball in the bucket, sometimes Southwestern has a bit of trouble if they're going to keep up. So great job, great opponent to do it on. 2-1 in conference.
Yeah, big win, obviously, by Southwestern. Looking at the scores for the Jaguars, Nichols had a dozen, Lee had 11, Sanderlin had 11, Paris Smith added 10, Davis had 2, Barnes had 5 in that first half, Ashley had a 3 in that second half. Obviously, winning by 3 turned out to be a huge 3, and Hilliard had 4. Those 2 big free throws at the end really clinching that win for Southwestern. Big win on the road. They improved to 2-1 in conference play, 5-10 overall. Any last words, partner?
I'll just mention for Mesa also, Emmanuel Henry, 13 points, Ron Traylor, 11, Sean Smith, 11, all in the second half. And I think when we saw Southwestern with that 9-point lead, I was not ready to necessarily put this one in the refrigerator, that's for sure. And Mesa had what it takes to come back, get within one possession, and we saw right there at the finish, maybe it worked out that way. We got an exciting finish, and I don't know, the Jaguars are starting to specialize in some of these close, exciting finishes, which is a good thing to build your confidence on when you're coming out on the winning side of the ledger.
And thank you to both of our cameramen, Kevin Bear and Tim Gahn, our sideline reporter Erica Cardenas, our producer Pablo Espinal, and my partner. Thank you as always. I'm Bo Furtick. It's a big win here on the road. Southwestern 58, Mesa 55. Southwestern improves to 5-10, 2-1 in conference play, and they'll look to improve on that next Friday as they take on Imperial Valley at home. See you then.